Premier Dr. Orlando Smith says discussions will be held early this year to further examine the way forward for the immigration status of long-standing residents who have been contributing to the development of the territory. In December 2004, the government outlined the details of a new immigration policy framework in a bid to clarify the rules surrounding applications for residence and belonger status. Then Chief Minister Dr. Orlando Smith spoke of recommendations concerning those who applied for resident status before January 1, 2003, who had lived in the territory continuously for 20 years. Speaking during the 2013 budget debate in December 2012, Dr. Smith said this matter will be discussed early in the new year.
All persons who were in the BVI at that time in 2003 for more than 20 years will be given status, whether it was residence or belonger status. And we did. It was, I do not remember the numbers, but quite a significant number of people, Madam Speaker. So we did that until everybody was here beyond over 20 years were given some sort of status. And we had said at that time that from that time on, we'll have a quota of persons be given residence and belonger status. And since then, Madam Speaker, I'm not sure what had happened, but there's a cry now again that something needs to be done. Because, again, there's an accumulation of persons who've been working with us in the BVI, contributing to the development of the country with expectation over 20 years or more. And so, after discussion, as my colleague pointed out, I did suggest that as we meet as an informal group very soon into the new year and have a discussion of how we should handle this matter. And I fully intend to keep that promise, Madam Speaker, certainly within the first 2 months of the new year.
In June 2005, 92 individuals received residence and belonger certificates. In his 2007 budget speech, then Premier Ralph O'Neill announced plans to pursue comprehensive immigration reform in 2008. The initiatives were to include the amendment of existing legislation to implement additional control measures and to ensure compliance with international laws, human rights, and other conventions. Addressing the issue during the 2013 budget debate, opposition member Andrew Foy made an impassioned plea for a speedy resolution to the immigration status of long-standing expatriates living in the Virgin Islands.
But what I am saying, Madam Speaker, is for us to move forward, we have to make sure that those who have been among us for all these years are regulated. The Premier told me last time that's what he did. I don't know. He just see things different to me. I didn't see that. It was not taken care of. In our administration, we tried to go do a little thing. Then you always have the battle inside. Who don't want this? We're going to follow up the place with they like to say this, Madam Speaker, with island people. But I don't see that way, Madam Speaker. I see that if someone was here 20 plus years and they have contributed, free them. If they were bad, if they have problems with the law, sift those out and tell them, well, this is not the case. But you cannot have a man live in your country for so long and you don't free him, Madam Speaker. You have a special unit to deal with this. Go into the immigration or whatever it is and say, look, give me all the files that 15 to 20 years and up. And I'm going to deal with this, and then you come with your policy to close it off that no more this will be happening.
Making specific references to long-standing residents from other Caribbean islands living and working in the territory's public and private sectors as unnaturalized residents, Foy said, if left unattended, there will be long-term consequences.
Because you have some people, Madam Speaker, who are positive, but they're disgruntled, some of them 30 years, and they're right 35 years. And they're waiting, they've filled out the forms, they've done all they could do. All your hand is next time, that's if they get spoken to with any kind of respect. You know, if we don't want persons from the Caribbean here, tell them. But if they're here for years, Madam Speaker, bring them in. Why? Because they help build the country. We help build the country. all of us here together, and Madam Speaker, and most of them I even didn't know didn't have status until when they came the last 2 years into office just a while ago when they said, I have to come to you because I don't have any status. People that I know well, went to school with. They have some people that I know, as I call them granny, here so long they have grandchildren. So the children and grandchildren are regulated, but the grandmother ain't regulated. You see the evil going to go down? That they don't know if their grandmother might be told to go back to St. Kitts after 40 years because they don't have the paperwork. But they now become here. Why we continue to create this division is not right in the sight of God. And I know sometimes that some of our own BVI landlords say, stop that, leave that alone, but it's not right. I'm not saying full up the place, but those who do it, give it to them, get a special unit and deal with it. Or else, Madam Speaker, they going to decide, all right, you didn't want us, they'll form their own culture within us. We gonna have our own, and those who trying to get ahead of us gonna have their own. And then we will see how the three tables set up, where we gonna end up. And what's amazing is those who supposed to free these people in these offices, married to the very Caribbean people. So they ain't creating up peace by day, but they want to have peace by night.
Currently, approvals for those applying for residency status after January 1st, 2003 are limited to no more than 25 persons per year. To be eligible for residency status, applicants cannot be away from the territory for over 90 days in any calendar year.